Hello mate, how you doing? Here's a video for you with the latest thing that I've been trying out and using Bluewater spearfishing. So the tail end of this is what Chris Coates uses. It's nothing new, but I want to show you how I set this up and why. So I've got this float that I've cut off a net that was stuck on the anchor chain. I put bungee around it, and when this is clipped it won't pay out any more line, so I can set it at different depths and it's going to bob around on the surface, and it's got just enough weight in there to counterbalance, and you'll see in this video now how it bobs around in the water. I like this setup because no one has to be working it from the surface. The natural movement of the waves will get it moving. I've got a weight in there, in the nose of that. Actually, I'm going to show you what's inside that so you have an idea. So if I cut that off, I can reattach that, and then I'll pull this out. There's a cork which is there, and then that is the weight I've got inside. And that is just a cylindrical tube with a reflective tape on. So I thought this will be the action as it's bobbing around, and as you can see in the video, that's exactly what happens. And as this rises through the water, this stuff here is just going to flicker like a tail of a fish. Right, so the main reason I want to show you this video is the way that I've been using this recently. So sometimes I have it clipped to my belt and I'm swimming around, it's on my belt reel, so if someone grabs it like a shark or a big fish, it's not going to pull me down, especially when I'm at depth and I need to breathe. So I've got it clipped to my belt reel so I can pay out line. You don't want to get in trouble when you've got extra lines and stuff, so always have a backup plan and be safe. So I'm swimming down, I've got the ball float in my hand. As I'm going down, the weight is sinking and it's always going 15 meters below me. I'm going to 20, this is at 35. I give it a couple of jigs, then I let go of it. As it's floating up, I'm then doing a really slow free fall. The fish are looking at the flasher, and this allows me to just sink slow enough with their attention on the flasher to obviously miss. I can blame this on tide, I can blame this on the fish being deeper than me, but at the end of the day you miss fish. So you can see how well this works. I decided to do it again. Swim up tide, away from the lads, and I wanted to drift back onto the anchor chain. I'll repeat the process and I miss again. Okay, you can see on my left here, that's at 15 meters where the flash is just going to sit. I swim back up to the surface, I'll clip that to my belt and I'll swim up tide as I'm loading the gun. This is a great little bit of kit for when you're in tide and you don't want to be dragging around a big float. So obviously the safest option is to have a big float next to you when you're out in blue water, so all the other divers can see the float and you, where you are, and also the boats. That's the main thing, so that you don't get chewed up by the propellers. Anyway, this last dive I'm going to show you is where I actually managed to shoot a fish, and this was the difference between putting fish on the boat and not. It was quite a hard day, everything was hanging deep, around 35 meters, but even if you go deeper, you couldn't get close to them. So what I was doing is trying to bring them up, and as I'm free falling, I go down to about 22, 23, and it just gave me enough time where I'm not moving, but the fish are coming in to check me out. I think in this sport there's so many different things, so many different ways of going about it, that it's good to think outside the box. So if there's any new techniques, anything that you guys do, I'd love to hear what other little inventions or things you've adapted over the years. So let me know in the comments or just ping me a message.